everybody, welcome back. This is the first part of the series of the Mossberg refinish. This I'm going to just be doing the sanding and prepping it for its refinish of polyurethane. I will be using a 220 grit sandpaper. I purchased this, it's a 3M Pro Grade Precision Abrasive. And I just buy this at Home Depot. It's nothing special about it. Does seem to last a little bit longer. So here we go. Now when I'm down on the butt end of it, I usually sand against the grain because I don't want to taper the edges any, so that we don't have a problem with the the butt plate fitting once this is redone. Now everywhere else I'll do my best to stay with the grain, and all I'm trying to do here is to get this stock back to a consistent color, and we're only trying to take off the old finish to make it look nice again. So this is the boring part, and pretty self-explanatory on how this works. I'll do little spots of it at a time, and if I see a spot that needs just a little bit more, then I will concentrate on that area. At this point in the project, you're just going to basically be sanding for about an hour or so. You want to make sure you concentrate on not taking off too much wood. Try to concentrate on just removing the finish. Be careful around the edges. You will, if you're not careful, you will round the edges and make them smaller, and especially around the butt plate. That can be a big issue. Make sure you try to keep all your hard corners. Be careful around the curves, tight corners, tight radiuses, and you should be fine. You will see at one point in this project, I switched from a 220 grit to a 120 grit, and it just I wasn't pleased with the way the finish was coming off with the 220, so I switched to a coarser grade, which was still using the Home Depot brand of or the Home Depot where I purchased the Pro grade, and it works really well. I've been very pleased with it. Now the rest of this video, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the end of the sanding because it's all just repetition. You will just be careful, concentrate, take your time, and you should have a good finished project. The sanding is the most time consuming, of this. It's just because you have to be careful with what you're doing. And the purpose in this is you will get some small dents out, very small, but you're trying to get a consistent look for when the polyurethane starts going on. So let's get fast forwarded through this sanding, and then we'll get on to the spraying portion, or should I say the first set of spray that I put on to I build up a little bit heavier coat for the final spray. So Here we go. Let's fast forward. Now you're going to see me brushing off all the extra dust, getting it ready, making sure, all the little holes are cleaned out. I may blow those out with air or just blow them out with your mouth, whatever you prefer. Inspect it a little bit, make sure everything's good. And now I'm going to be getting this wired. You'll see I'm removing one more piece here that needs to be removed before I sprayed. It's also another piece that will be Cerakoted. And once I get this all sanded, um, I make a little hanger out of copper wire with two screws in it that just helps me hang the stock on the we're in the paint booth area. And it's two screws with some copper wire that are screwed into the butt plate. And I usually have a couple of these pre-made. And then at this point, you're going to be ready to spray. You'll go out to your paint booth area, make sure everything's blown off and dust free if possible. And then you're ready to spray. And we'll get to that portion next. Now we begin the spraying process. First, let me say that, before I started spraying, I will clean off the area with an air hose and some light pressure just to clean out any existing dust, run my hand all over it. Um, the dust from sanding will have a tendency to gather in the holes in the corners, and you just want to make sure you get all that. Now, the spray gun that I'm using is a Seda Mini Jet 4. It has a 1.0 tip, and it sprays this polyurethane really well, but does not leave a really fine finish. But I do like it because I can apply more material and just up to the point of not wanting to run or sag, and that's the overall goal, is to you wanting to fill in any imperfections in the grain, any scratches from the sandpaper, that sort of thing is what my goal is in this. And you will see as the coats go on, the gloss starts to come out a little bit better because you've actually started, it's already soaked up into the wood a little bit, as much as it's going to, and it's going to just start bringing out that gloss. Now, once you get, 8 to 10 coats is usually where I go, with about 45 minutes to an hour in between spraying. Then I'll let it sit for probably 2 days, and then I'll sand this finish off and getting it ready for the final spray. When I'm sanding this, what I'm looking for is this is where I'm going to start getting my smooth surface. I'm going to sand with probably a 320 grit. I'm going to sand a little bit, wipe it off, sand a little bit, wipe it off, just to get to that point where I think the next set of spraying is going to cover it. Now, I'm going to fast forward some of the the spraying because it's really just repetitive work. Once you get the feel of it, um, you'll be fine, and then you'll start seeing how everything's going to look nice. And it one of the things you want to watch for is if you do get a run. I usually try. I don't use a rag or anything of that. I use my finger, and I will try to get that run off before it starts to set, because that's when it makes it a little more difficult to get that run out, and getting it all feathered back in. So, in covering this, just take your time. Adjust your gun settings so you don't get too much volume. Adjust the fan on the gun to about 2 or 3 inches at the part is what works for me. And light coats, but heavy enough to do some good coverage, but not run or sag. And you should be fine. Now, this particular shotgun it didn't have a lot of oils and grease and stuff like that you will typically find in a shotgun of its age or a wood stock of its age. It was really a pleasure to do this one. So just watch the rest of the video, and once again, Seda Mini Jet 4 Minwax clear high gloss polyurethane, sprayed on, 45 minutes to an hour between coats, 8 to 10 coats, or if you need more, spray more, and then the rest of it will be explained in the next video. But this one will get you to the first set of spraying and getting ready for the next sanding stage. But just thank you for watching. Just continue to watch. We're going to fast forward through some of this so you don't have to see it all. But I hope this helped you, and we'll see you in the next one. Just wanted to take a few minutes to thank you guys for, or ladies and gentlemen, I should say, for watching the video. I hope you watched it till the end, and I do honestly hope that it will help you in any information, or if you're concerned or just wanting to know how to do something. Uh, Please stay tuned for the next part, which will be the sanding and the final spraying of the polyurethane. And then once that's done, it'll get compounded, buffed, and you will see an amazing finish to make this old gun look really, really good. So, and if you did watch, please subscribe to my channel. You should see a subscribe link at the bottom right of your screen. And if you want to view more photos of some of the projects that I've done like this, you can go to my website, baywatcharmsandaccessories.com. And if you just have any questions and you want to call and talk to me about it, you can reach me at 850-287-4457 or on my Skype number, that is 850-610-1004, or just email me at tim@baywatcharms.com. And again, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.